Salut à tous, my name is Marion Buricatu. I am a French artist and I lived here in the United States since 2001. This video is about art and how to impress your friends and family at the museum with 3 easy paths.
Why in the Renaissance gallery, in the museum, the paintings, the people are dressed usually in blue and red. I'm sure you've all been wondering about that, but there's some other people who also might ask me this other question. Why do I care about that? Why the fact that people are mostly dressed in blue and red is interesting? Well, merci for asking the question, and the answer is very simple. Colors have a huge meaning in the Renaissance society. And if you understand the colors, you can understand better the painting. It's half of the language of the painting. So here is an example that you can see. This is the Virgin and Child with Saint John the Baptist. It's a tempera on panel by Botticelli, and it was painted around 1500. This painting is at the Museum of Fine Art in Boston, and as you can see on the painting, the Virgin Mary is dressed in blue and red. Okay, a quick reminder before we start. Renaissance spans roughly from the 14th to the 16th century. And don't hold me to these dates because it started in Italy and then it went up north to North Europe. So, you know, these dates are not exactly right. So, fact number 1. Textile industry in the Renaissance is the most important industry. Textiles created fortunes and created many jobs for a lot of people, as shown here in this dyer's workshop before the Renaissance. Blue and red are the 2 colors with the most advanced technologies. So these are the 2 colors where you're gonna have the brightest and the saturated color. And this is super important. When you want to understand Renaissance painting, you have to understand that at that time, what was important for colors was the fact that colors had to be bright and saturated. It's very different nowadays. We don't really look at colors that way. And everybody wanted to wear red and blue because these were the colors where the technologies were the most developed. Nowadays, one of the biggest industry is the car industry. So if you're successful, what are you going to want to have? You're going to want to have a beautiful and expensive car. You're not going to have a crappy car if you're successful. Well, in the Renaissance, if you are rich, not necessarily successful, but probably more for like if you come from the nobility, for example, you're gonna have bright and beautiful clothes in red and blue. So I would say that the equivalent of the car nowadays are the clothes during the Renaissance. This is a painting by Botticelli with portraits of the Medici family, the richest family in Florence during the Renaissance. And as you can see on this painting, the people are dressed in red and blue as well as the Virgin Mary. Now, fact number 2. Blue and red colors in the Renaissance have positive symbolism. Okay, let's start with red. Red in the Renaissance is a masculine color. Yes, it's a masculine color, which I would say nowadays is quite the opposite. Red is more like a feminine color. It's the color of power and warrior values. It's also the blood of Christ, and that is a very positive symbolism. You know, nowadays, the color of blood is not really a positive thing, but at that time it was. And also, it is a favorite color in Renaissance. Now, blue. Blue in the Renaissance was a feminine color. Again, kind of the opposite of what it is nowadays. In the 12th century, thanks to technological innovation, blue became the color of the skies. Yes, before it was not the color of the skies because they just didn't have beautiful blues to paint the sky. So, if blue becomes the color of the sky, then that means that it's the color of the light. And if it's the color of light, then that means it's a divine color. And if it's a divine color, who's going to wear it? the Virgin Mary. So starting in the 12th century, who is going to wear blue? The Virgin Mary. Look at that when you go to the museum. You'll be surprised. So this is a painting, the rest on the flight into Egypt, and it shows the Virgin Mary that is dressed in blue, and this painting is at the Worcester Art Museum. After being the color of the Virgin Mary, it naturally and obviously also became the color of the kings and of the nobility. And then blue became the color of courage and loyalty, the courageous knight. Fact number 3. But wait, black is coming. Okay, so as I said, Renaissance spans roughly from the 14th to the 16th century. For convenience, I'm saying that, okay? But early in the 17th century, the Protestant Reformation is definitely here. It started a century before, but now it has a strong hold in Europe. So, what is Reformation in 2 short sentences? It's rebellion against the excesses of the Catholic Church, and it's a strong will for sobriety, which means no more colors. So what color is going to symbolize this big change? Black. So red is losing its crown, but blue is holding pretty well. The Protestant reform in terms of art and color is a moral and economic promotion of black and blue in the society. Finally, a quick summary of what we just said. Here are 3 facts easy to remember about red and blue colors in the Renaissance. Fact number 1, textile industry is the most important industry. Fact number 2, red and blue in the Renaissance have positive symbolism. And fact number 3, but wait, black is coming. Well, now, if you want to impress your friends and family even more at the museum or just entertain them, the next video is just for you, because I have created 7 trivia questions about red and blue in the Renaissance. And you can just print them out using the link in the next video. Also, if you think that in 7 minutes, around 7 minutes is not enough to learn about these colors, their history, check out the links below.
Nice chatting with you. Abonne-toi, which means subscribe to my channel. Have fun and see you at the next video.